Yes, when it comes to a potential $1,400 stimulus check or $2,000 fourth stimulus check. And yes, the same goes for monthly checks, otherwise known as adult tax credit payments. I have all the details for you, and I want to talk through this in greater detail right here in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so, or if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated every single day with all the latest details, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I'm your one and only daily advocate, as I'm doing research on this all day, every single day, 7 days a week, and I'm right here by your side, as I'm very much dedicated to you and this community as a whole, because I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. I see the struggle down below in the comments section. The struggle is real right now, and anytime that we can get further updates on any kind of money, benefits, stimulus packages, reform, all of these other things that are happening right now, I want to make sure that you know about it, because anytime that we can take advantage of something, I'm right here for you, giving you all the details so that we can grab those benefits, money, or whatever it happens to be. So again, thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe down below, as it's totally free to do so, and so you don't miss any videos going forward. And let's get into this right now. All right, so this is something that we need to talk about in the video, as I continue to get a lot of questions about this, and I want to offer some further clarification about this, especially when it comes to potential monthly checks, otherwise known as adult tax credit payments, as I talked about yesterday in one of the videos. Now, this is something that lawmakers are once again continuing to talk about and bring up, as we haven't heard anything about it here in about 6 or 7 months or so, but now we're starting to hear a little bit more information about potential adult tax credit payments. What does this mean? Let me give you a quick reference point. Have you heard of the child tax credit payments? Yeah, of course you have. The monthly payments that started going out on an ongoing basis the second half of 2021. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be, right? Now here's the details. We don't know all the details about this quite yet, but based on what we do know, as we look at the child tax credit payments as a little bit of reference point to look at, those payments go out on a monthly basis for those families and individuals with kids under the age 18. Well, when it comes to an adult tax credit, here's what we're potentially looking at. We're either looking at one of the following: either a huge lump sum payment that could arrive on a tax return when somebody files a tax return. Otherwise, there may even be the potential option for monthly payments as well. Now, is this approved? I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about this, so I want to throw this out there right away. Is this something that's approved? No, not yet. However, just like the other 800 proposals out there on the table right now, basically nothing is approved at this point, right? Congress continues to do a lot of talking and not much passing. Well, they might be passing one thing, if you know what I mean, right? Anyway, I just thought of that and I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw it out there because it's probably kind of funny. But you know what I mean about this, right? So they are talking about a lot of things, but they're not passing a whole lot of anything at this point. However, as they continue to talk about a lot of different things and they work through all the different provisions and proposals and everything else going on, they're really going to shake this whole thing out and figure out, okay, we've got all these proposals. What are the important ones? What are the ones that we want to continue working forward on? And which ones are going to make it into the final draft of a potential stimulus bill, reconciliation bill, revised stimulus package, standalone bills, bipartisan bills? I mean, seriously, there's so many options right now. Executive order. I mean, seriously, there's so many different outs right now and different options as far as how they can get so many of these pieces of legislation done. It's unbelievable, right? They really need to offer some focus on everything that they're working on right now so that really they can just get some things off the table and get something done. All right, so that's a little bit more clarification on the adult tax credit. Again, as we get more information, of course, I can keep you posted on that. It's very still new information, but as we do get more information and as lawmakers continue to talk about this more, knowing that they are working on these stimulus packages and they want to make them more people focused, according to what we've been hearing lately, it's a little bit encouraging. Now, let's quickly talk about a potential fourth stimulus check, whether it's in the amount of $1,400 or $2,000 or $1,000 or $5,000. Honestly, we don't know. here's the questions that I continue to receive. And again, this also goes for the monthly payments, otherwise known as an adult tax credit. Maybe it's a lump sum, maybe it's monthly checks, or maybe it's nothing. Honestly, we don't know that information yet, but I want to throw this out there for you right now. I continue to see a lot of questions down below, and I know that a lot of you here in the community receive Social Security. I know that a lot of you are retired, you're seniors, people with disabilities. I totally get it, right? That's what I'm here for you to do. I'm here to bring you all the information. I'm here to distill it all down, and I'm here to clarify everything. So I know that a lot of you in this community receive Social Security benefits, retirement, or disability, SSDI, SSI, VA, maybe you're low income, maybe you're no income. There's a lot of different situations here, so hopefully I can cover all of this. So the questions continue to come in and say, hey, I'm a senior on Social Security, or hey, I'm, 42 and I'm on SSDI, or, I'm 66 and I receive SSI. Again, I'm just giving you some random examples, but this could be said for basically all of these different benefits, age ranges, all across the board. I see tons of it. But my point is, I get a lot of these questions saying, hey, this is my situation. Would I be eligible for these monthly checks? Now, again, in the event some kind of an adult tax credit is actually added into the package, or if it is allowed on a monthly basis, just like the child tax credit payments, then my simple answer would be yes. And the reason why is because it would be based on income. Remember, the holy grail behind almost all of this is based on income. They always look at income as the parameters as far as who is going to be eligible for any types of payments, any types of advanced tax credits, anything like this. It's usually based on income. Now, previously with some stimulus checks, they have made the parameters wrapped around income and citizen status and Social Security numbers, as in if you have a Social Security number, that's what I mean by that, residency, all kinds of different things like this. But historically, with the last stimulus check, it was basically just income. That's pretty much the only provision they had about it. If you were alive, if you were breathing, if you were still kicking a little bit, and if you had a Social Security number, and if you were living in the state, well, actually, you didn't have to live in the States. You could have been out of the country. It didn't even matter if that one. And if you had income under those thresholds that they set out there, then yeah, you would have received that $1,400 stimulus check last time. And the same would likely go forward with another one in the event that they actually do approve one and or pass one in the stimulus package, potentially standalone bills, potentially an executive order, maybe in a reconciliation bill, whatever parameters that they would choose, then yeah, right? So again, there's a lot of moving parts here. Now, again, I have to say this just to make it totally clear so that there's no misunderstanding with everything going on right now. Has it been passed? No, it has not been passed yet. Has anything been passed? Like I said a minute ago, no, right? Nothing has been passed for the most part. So I'm throwing that out there simply to let you know that even the climate bill has not been passed. Even the child tax credit payments have not been passed. A stimulus check has not been passed. Funding for EV, as in electric vehicles, has not been passed. My point is, even these other provisions that are out there within the stimulus package has not been passed, right? Nothing, for the most part, has been passed. So that's why I just wanted to reiterate. So even though I know that a lot of us are thinking, oh, we're discouraged, we need it now, I totally get it. We do need it now. We needed it like 6 months ago. Let's be real. We needed it a long time ago. But my point is, by saying that those haven't been passed along with everything else in the bill, nothing has been passed. So we can't really be too discouraged by this yet, because the deal is they're still working on it. So the simple fact that they haven't passed a stimulus check yet, yes, it's very discouraging. We need the money now. We needed it 6 months ago. But at the same time, it's not like they passed everything except for some kind of stimulus item, right? Because that kind of makes sense. They've passed literally nothing, right? So they are still working on it actively right now. Now, after they started wrapping up all of this voting rights voting, a few days ago, like a week ago or so, now the main focus right now is on the revised stimulus package, the new stimulus package out of the administration, and the potential next stimulus package that is being worked on by a group of bipartisan senators. There are 3 continuous stimulus packages that are being talked about / worked on / negotiated all simultaneously right here, right now. So as you can see, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot of moving parts. Each package will contain its own pieces of legislation, its own pieces of stimulus, and we just have to cross our fingers that hopefully lawmakers see the light at the end of the tunnel and say, oh, let's add a stimulus because maybe some people are still struggling right now. So hopefully they will do that for us. And of course, I'll continue watching everything. But for those of you that have been asking the questions, will Social Security be included? Will SSDI be included? Will seniors, will the elderly, will people with disabilities be included? I'm going to say this much. For the vast majority of people, yeah, of course you'd be included. The reason why, it's focused on income. Usually income is the one and only parameter that they look at to determine eligibility for the vast majority of these programs. Remember that, okay? And again, I'm using a little bit of history to also determine that answer that I'm giving for you. Again, no promises. Anything could change. Honestly, I don't really know what Congress is doing behind closed doors and what they're going to do as far as final parameters on all of this. But I can tell you, based on history, we do know, looking back in history, that when it comes to the child tax credit payments, yeah, those went out to families and individuals who were maybe receiving Social Security, SSDI, retirement, SSI, things like this. Yes, it went out to those people as well. As far as the 3 stimulus checks that we received over the last 2 years or so, yes, those also went out to those individuals receiving fixed income, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, low income, no income, all of the people. So I'm kind of using history at the same time to help gauge some of the answers for these questions. Kind of makes sense? Yeah, right? So anyway, I hope this explains it a little bit further here for you. I wanted to come back, lay this all out for the information that I know right now as far as what we have. And again, to reiterate, nothing has been passed when it comes to a stimulus check. Not even the child tax credit payments have been passed. Not even the climate bill has been passed. Not even funding for the trees. I mean, seriously, there's money in there for the trees. Seriously, it's a real thing. It's called, what do they call it? Tree equity. That's what they called it. Tree equity. Look it up if you don't believe me. Seriously, there's money in there for trees. So my point is, nothing, even the trees didn't get any money yet. So my point is, that's what I'm saying here is don't get too discouraged quite yet. And I know there's a lot of reports out there saying, yes, stimulus is coming. No, stimulus is not coming. There's everything. I mean, you could look it up. If you wanted to look for any answers on anything, you can find it everywhere, right? There's always opposing viewpoints on everything. There's one party that says yes, one party says no. One guy says yes, one guy says no. You know what I mean? So regardless of what you look for, you can always find answers for it. So hope this helps you out. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media. Go back and check out any of the other 2,100 videos or thereabouts right here on the channel. And with that being said, let's bring Corey in for the new updated list of shoutouts for the names that are pulled right out of the fan club, and you can check that out down below in the description. There's a link there. Otherwise, at the top of the comment section, there's a link there as well if you want to check out the fan club. All right, Corey, enough out of me. Corey, take it away, and I'll catch you again later in the next video, and I hope this one helps you out. Please remember, I'm your one and only daily advocate. I'm here for you every single day, 4 times a day, to help you out in any way that I possibly can. I truly want to be here for you in this community. So thanks so much. I truly appreciate your support. Thanks for believing in me, and thanks for being part of this community. All right, enough out of me. Sorry. Corey, take it away already, please. All right, I'll see you later. See ya.
Today, we are happy to shout out Jonathan Prince, Charles Carter, Rocket Raccoon, Jane Smith, Rebecca Davis, Tamara Chickenoff, James Pitts, Tanya Little, Karen Gray, Donna Frank, Gwendolyn Singleton, David Murray, Vicky Duhigg, Julie Silverstein, Nancy JP55, and Boston Varner. Thank you for being members of the fan club.